My name is LaCasse. I am the owner of SEO Expert Las Vegas. I've been in the SEO business for 5+ years already. I've done lots of different audits, lots of different industry analysis of businesses, from startups to middle-sized businesses here throughout Las Vegas. I am one of the rotating presenters here, so every month for Tech Alley, I do present some new SEO type of topic. I've been, before in SEO, I was a special intelligence analyst in the United States Marine Corps, and basically I do the same thing, but now I do, it's called SEO, right? Deep analysis, lots of psychological, of understanding, competitive analysis, all the statistical stuff I learned in the military, I pretty much do still today. So, this presentation, the first part of it, is going to be some general idea of what SEO really is. Everyone talks about how important SEO is, but people really don't understand what it's about. SEO is still under the marketing umbrella, but you're going to learn that it's very different. It's very, very analytical. We based everything on data and logic and predictive modeling, right? So, this is the 3 pillars of SEO. Everything in the SEO world is derived from one of these 3 pillars. To understand how SEO works for your business website, this is the first thing to learn, is what the 3 pillars are. Technical SEO. Technical SEO is going to uncover the speed of your website loading. If it is slow, if you have movies, if you have animations, if you have things that slow the speed in which your website loads, don't expect people to stay there. They will click off. This is the part of SEO that will always butt heads with UX. UX is about experience. SEOs are about efficiency. So we're always going to have this teeter-totter, because my perspective is plain and simple every day. It loads fast, it's derivative to them, they get what they want, they move on. But then SEOs talk about mobile. Whatever your website load speed is on your desktop, you better hope that it's just as fast on your mobile, because most businesses, 80% of your customers are coming from their phone without even going to your desktop. So the strategy that you have for efficiency on your desktop, it better be bare bones on your phone, because if they don't have time to load, wait for that movie to scroll or those animations to come over, when they do this on your phone, they'll click off, right? Another thing about technical SEO, this is more the nerdy development side of SEO, right? So server codes. Does the actual content load with Google servers when you went online? Does it actually have 200 is the status code, or 301s, or the dreaded 404 page not found? You will know, and you'll be like, what is a 404? That's a server code for an unorphaned page. Got to get rid of it, or got to put something on it. HTTPS, this is your SSL certificate. This allows you to be searched with the secure HTTPS protocols. You'll know if you don't have it, because you'll get that unprotected screen. Do you want to continue? Every website should have an SSL certificate. It's very easy to do. Most integrated websites are going to do it initially and for free, but you'll know that you don't have one when you try to go to it and it doesn't load up. Now, the most important element of technical SEO is the title, the meta description, and alt tags. So what's the title? Title of your business, title of your website. Now SEOs, we always debate as to what it is that you should have your title of your website. If you are a local business, have Las Vegas in it. Even to the point of a comma and Nevada, NV. Why? It's indexed faster by Google. It's indexed faster by Bing. It's indexed faster because you're giving a location to where this business is done. Now, as you grow, you can take the Las Vegas out, because you'll have a Las Vegas page along with all the other cities that you do business in, right? But in the beginning, have Las Vegas in the title. Even have Las Vegas in the meta description. What is the words that people, now we know what a meta description is, right? When you look at something on Google, you have the title of the web page, and then you have a little synopsis underneath it, right? It's usually 156 characters. That's the meta description. The best meta descriptions that I've seen for my clients starts with a question. A core question that your business serves to serve, right? What, blah, blah, blah. Do you have a problem with, like if we're doing bike shops, need a tire fixed right now? Question mark. That's in the meta description. People will read that right off of Google's search results page. The answer being click for the title of the web page, right? Alts. Alt is the slang word for putting a description for every photo that's on your web page, because Google actually shows, when you look on images, you can rank for your business by the images that you use, because people can search for the images, and you can use wording for the way you describe that photo. Best business in Las Vegas, most affordable, blah, blah, blah. And they click on that photo, and they're not even looking at the SERP. They looked at the photo. That's the alt tag. You can get credit just for your photos, not necessarily the words, right? Today I'm going to talk about Content SEO. We're going to go all into these. Content SEO is probably the biggest, most looked at element of SEO right now. And you're going to learn a lot about why Content SEO is taking over, and why all SEOs are always talking about this. But we'll go finish with the last one, which is backlinks. A backlink is your website on someone else's website, a hyperlink, so a link to your website to another person's website, and they link back to you. That's a backlink. This is overlooked by 90% of the companies that I do audits for. They don't have them. You could get 20 backlinks just by filling out local directories, white pages, yellow pages, Yelp, Chamber of Commerce, Better Business Bureau. Those 5 right there are backlinks because they're directories, local directories. They're easy, don't even take more than an hour to do, and you get the backlink for it. Now, why are backlinks important? If you're creating content and your competition's creating content, and say, just for the sake of the case study, they're both worded the exact same way, who's going to rank above the other? The one that has more backlinks. It's part of what's called domain rating. The more backlinks you have, the stronger your domain is, because it's placed in other places, and you win against your competition because you've actually taken the time to promote your website through other websites. Another case, if you were to write a blog and you pitched it to the Wall Street Journal and they said, yep, we're going to put this on the Wall Street Journal today, what do you think is going to happen to your website? Boop. But what's going to happen 3 days later? Boop. That's a backlink. You'll have the Wall Street Journal as a backlink on your backlink profile. You will get an enormous amount of views, but you have to keep it. You have to do something else. You have to keep growing your backlink profile, because if you don't, you will never get above page 2. Every single business I've looked at, if they have more than 100 backlinks, they are almost guaranteed on some of the keywords, some of their defining core industry keywords, better than page 1, better than most other businesses, because they've actually built a backlink profile, okay? I'll do backlinks some other probably next month, because that's a whole other discussion on how to get backlinks, but that's just a general discussion, and those are the 3 pillars of SEO. All right, so let's talk about Google. This is one of the core elements of Content SEO. Google is not this algorithmic Illuminati machine that learns everything that we do. It just goes off your search history, right? But this is what they use for ranking. This is called search intent. Informational, navigational, transactional, and commercial. So what's the difference? Informational intent is the name of the business, the name of the website, what the business does, where the business is located. It's informational. We can start to kiss this one goodbye because AI is taking that. That's why you have a generative search on Google. It gives you an answer. It pulls this, right? Navigational. If you have a database where you're buying or selling goods, you have something that is part of your website that people log into. Navigational is navigating away from Google. It is a link that takes them away from Google's SERP to go somewhere else. Facebook login, Netflix, Amazon, right? So that's, of all of these, navigational is more technical of search intent. Transactional. Transactional are for people that are ready to buy. Best, affordable, near me. Near me actually is transactional and informational. The only way you'll get the near me keyword is if you have a Google My Business profile, right? Talked about that last month, but I can talk to you if you have any questions about how to get one, or you've been suspended. I've dealt with many Google business profiles. But transactional is for people that are ready to buy. Commercial is why they should buy from you. This is where you get to compare search intent, that's comparison of your business to other businesses. Top 3 coffee shops in Las Vegas. If you have a coffee shop, you could write for search intent and put yourself in the list, and then reach out to those other coffee shops and say, hey, I wrote an article and I put you in the top 3. How about you link back to me? That's search intent, and it's a backlink, right? Any questions on this at all? Okay. So how do you get search intent? The acronym is EEAT. Expertise, experience, authoritativeness, and trust. So here's an example. Say you want to rank for best plumber in Las Vegas. So how would you do EAT? I've had over 10 years of experience of plumbing in Las Vegas. There isn't one single element of plumbing that I haven't worked with or done. I am the #1 authority when it comes to commercial plumbing, residential plumbing in Las Vegas. I'm the most trusted plumber in Las Vegas. Now, you wouldn't say all that in your posting or on your website, but that's how it's used. You have to use EEAT along with the words that you want to rank for, and you have to build a pattern with it. It can't be one and done. It's got to be something that's a part of building your brand. SEOs build brands. I don't sell, I build brands. You want selling, that's what PPC and paid ads do. SEOs build brands. Which brings me to this next slide. Everyone should know the difference between Google Ads and SEO. Very different things. If you are a business website owner and you need to make sales tomorrow, do not come to an SEO, period. My job is not to run campaigns. My job is not to write copy for Google ads or Pinterest ads or Facebook ads. My job is to do everything with copy, intent, and the content so that it does it naturally over time. So I don't have to look and see how many people have clicked. The phone rings when it needs to ring. PPC is the rabbit. It is fast. It is absolutely data driven by the hour. SEOs take time. We're looking at a year of building a brand through SEO content to see the results. Sooner for certain industries, longer for others, right? But there's a big difference. PPC and ads that you pay and you rent for, that's the hare. SEOs, where you build over time with your content and what you're going to be saying about what your business does, that's the turtle, right? So, this is how I explain my SEO industry in an analogy. Your business is a seed. The dirt is Google. When it comes to your business, all this up here, the fruit, the leaves, the way that the plant looks, that's your videos that you're posting. That's the visual and the way you conduct your business and how you present the plant. SEOs only care about the roots. The roots is what holds the rest of the plant. It is your backlinks. It's the way that your mobile phone loads. It's the way your desktop loads. If you don't take care of it, you're not going to grow the plant. But a lot of people don't want to look at the roots of their business because they're like, I don't know what's going on. They may think they're here, but they're down there when it comes to their roots. And they just need someone to help. Yes?
Does it make you rank higher on the paid search? You get better at ad rank?
If you pay more. You got to pay more to get higher ranked on the paid ads.
But does the SEO help you rank higher on the paid ads?
Naturally, yes. Organically. Yep. You have to earn it, right? Earning it, and we'll go over that because that's what Content SEO really addresses, right? But for certain core industry keywords, years. It takes a long time to do. Now, if you were to look 10 years ago, not as long, but now to the future, much, much longer, right? And it's got to be, it's not necessarily the question of how to get to number one, it's how do you want to build the brand to earn number one. That's the difference, all right? Any questions? Okay.
The hardest one to rank?
Hardest one to rank in Las Vegas? Hotels. 2.5 million people search that keyword every month. It has been dominated by five websites for the last 10 years. Which are they? Hotels.com, Expedia, Vegas.com, and one of the other travel agencies. You'll never get it. No one will ever get it. They've been holding on to that keyword for 10 years. And they all just kind of flip between which one's number one and which one isn't, right? Like Vegas.com is number one right now and Hotels.com is below it. But again, look at the keyword and look at where we're at.
Lawyers, real estate brokers, shot at China.
Decades, a decade easily, especially with lawyers. Because I mean, look at it. How many billboards are you going to drive by on the way home from here?
I know, I crashed looking at one and I called them.
Again. But look at, I mean, again, in the SEO world and marketing world, look at what's already in front of us and then ask yourself, how competitive is it? They're everywhere, right? They're on TV, they're at bus stops, they're on buses, they're all over us. So what do you think the keyword is for that? It's to rent it for a day, for a click, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, right? So that's what you're up against, right? But it doesn't mean that it's a lost cause. You can extend that keyword to something specific, a specific type of law. Now you're driving down the cost to rent that keyword, and you may actually be able to compete, right? But lawyers, the more shorter the word to rank for, the more expensive, the more people that come through, right? All right, so let's get to the good stuff. Content SEO. This is, again, one of the fastest growing elements of SEO. Most of the webinars and people that contact me in the SEO world, we're always trying to figure out how do we define this thing, because content SEO relies almost specifically on social media. This is the one element of SEO that people that are non-SEOs in marketing are really frustrated to hear about, because in December of last year, Google or Instagram erased the need for hashtags. They only limit it to 3 or 5, whatever you do. So what does that mean? That means Instagram is using search intent, which means every SEO is starting to foam at the mouth, because we finally realize that the algorithm for Instagram and Facebook are rewarding search intent, right? So, here's what that means. Before I get to the questions, I'll answer what that means for anyone that's going to be promoting or posting their business online. It means you got to do a little homework. You have to post with the intention of the person seeing it making a decision. It's not about the cats, it's not about being in front of the Bellagio, it's not about driving down the strip. You have to have intention with every post now on. If you are a bike shop, posting something about this is the best bike tire that I've came across. These are the best chains, the best lubricants. You have to look at what you want your business to build as a brand and break it down into posts that fulfill intent and then post it, because you want people to make a decision. You already got the awareness. That's what social media is really good at. People miss the ball on taking that awareness and drawing them with interest to your website. That's how it's all supposed to work. But people get lazy, or people rely on AI to do this, and AI isn't there. It's just not there yet. You could build a prompt that you want to build a funnel and create interest, but you have to give AI everything. The keywords, the competitive analysis of the keyword, who else is using the keyword. But if you build your brain into understanding what content SEO is about, you can start to see it naturally in the way that you look at social media. Any questions about that before I go on to the questions on content? Okay. So first question is, what is content SEO? Why is it critical for a website's growth? It's critical because content SEO on the top of your funnel, if you're not utilizing the socials, LinkedIn for professional businesses, Instagram for awareness of changes in your business, Pinterest, we'll talk about Pinterest later on, and that is a hidden gold mine. YouTube, if you're not using the socials to create an interest to your website, then you're missing the whole point of content and you're missing the point of socials, right? How does keyword research impact content visibility on search engines? If you're trying to go for a keyword and it's relatively not competitive, a couple hundred people are searching it for a month, but it defines your business, take that keyword, put it on your website somewhere, then take that keyword again and put it into your posting, but word why that keyword is important for you in the post and redirect to the website, right? We're living in a world where this is it's a spider web. Everything that we're doing, everything that we see in SEO that's data driven, it starts with one bucket and it funnels into another and it funnels into another. It's not all in one bucket anymore, right? What are the key elements of SEO optimized article and blog posts? Content SEO does have to deal with blogging. Here are the requirements for a blog. Over 1,000 words with references to other articles where you can start to acquire a backlink for it if you reach out to them, along with references to other blogging posts on your website, which is internal linking, right? Photos, an outro with all your information, and then you post it, and then you make posts about your blog post. And if you really want to get advanced, you make a video about it, right? One blog post could be the content for your socials for 2 days, right? This is part of that process now. This is what is seen to be working. Not just one blog post, not AI writing your blog post and then wishing it to do well. Take the time, write it on something you're passionate about with your business. What is it that you know about your industry that people don't know yet? That in itself is a blog post that would gather more views than you could think. And I'll tell you in the next couple slides why blogging is so important. Let's see, how does Google determine if content is valuable and worth ranking? This is a good one, because it fulfills search intent. Search intent is what they use. Search intent, along with backlinks and the strength of your website, depends solely on how they want to rank you and how you can go up in the ranks. Don't expect to be number one once you hit enter for a blog. You have to take position page 9 and work your way up. You will never just get instant page 1. Every single first position keyword has had to earn it, change it, update it, add more links, take more links away. It's all part of a growth process. What is the common content SEO mistakes businesses make, and how can they be avoided? Relying on AI. Relying on AI. Don't get me wrong, AI is great, but you will not build a business on it, okay? AI is designed to keep you happy. You are a business website owner. You are designing a business to keep your customers happy. AI isn't going to get there yet. AI isn't going to know that yet. We good?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're already taking care of it.
Okay. It doesn't mean that AI is absolutely irrelevant. It's very good at doing certain things if you tell it what it is you want it to do. But don't start a business tomorrow and have AI do everything for you. You will not establish a brand, okay? The brand is something that you build with it. Your website is your child. You don't want a computer to create it. You want to build this thing and learn from it, right? All right. How often should you publish and update content to maintain strong SEO rankings? At least 4 times a day. At least. Yep. At least 4 times a day. Now, it gets easier if you have search intent behind it. Right? So here's an example. We'll take Instagram, because every SEO loves Instagram now since it's part of our umbrella. You have a bike shop. You want to rank for best bike shop in Las Vegas. You want to start your content SEO on Instagram for it. So what do? In the morning, you make a post about the best seats for a bicycle. Second post, best tires. Third post, best bike-friendly restaurants in Las Vegas. Fourth post, networking bike events in Las Vegas. Now, why would I say that? It's a search intent. You're doing something, you're creating a post that creates interest on something specific, like a bike seat. You're also doing something specific for like a bike chain, but you're also acquiring search intent by what that bike does for a person. Networking events, events with other bicyclists. That is engaging because it's not just the technical, I'm the best. I'm the best because I'm giving you advice on bicycle seats, bikes, but I'm also giving you advice on where to take this bike. That is why 4 times a day is important. That is why. Because you have to explore not the analog reason to be acquiring new engagement. You have to look at it outside of what it is, the X's and O's of your business. Why would they care? They could care because you're part of that bike industry. You know places. You have specific industry and community knowledge that you could pass on to that customer. They're going to come. They're going to come because you have the knowledge. People want to be a part of something. That's the whole point of a social media. Not pictures of the cat, not pictures of the dog or the family or the birthday party. No, if you're building a business, give them something technical, but tell them why they need to pay attention to you, right? Next question. What role do internal links and external links play in content SEO? Again, this is with backlinks, and this actually adds to acquiring more followers on Instagram and Facebook. Facebook is a hidden opportunity because of the groups you can join. If they allow for promotion, even if they don't, you can still establish your EEAT in groups that don't allow you to do promotions. So Las Vegas locals, local groups that you can't put your business on. You could still add 2 cents on what's going on in the comments and say, oh, I know this great place, or, my business that I know does this. You make it obtuse, but the point being is that you start to gather linking, you start to gather people to pay attention to you because you actually are in a part of that system, right? What are the best tools for analyzing and improving content SEO? Well, the good thing is Instagram has a dashboard, Facebook has a dashboard, LinkedIn has a dashboard, so you can see in those dashboards what your post did. Did it increase in impressions? Did people like, comment, and share? But don't use that as a justification of whether or not the post is good. You need to do it over time. You can't just put one post, 5 people liked it, and say, oh, I got a brand now. Nope, it doesn't work like that. You have to build it over time. You have to see over 10 posts which ones did well, as opposed to 5. And if you could do 100 posts over a few months, and then you really get some good data, right? Any questions? I know this was a lot. I went through this pretty fast. Yes?
Well, so 4 times a day posting, do you feel like most, especially small businesses, have time or resources to do that?
Nope. But exactly. So this is why we have social media management services and companies and marketing that do this, because there's ways in which you could use buffer to do your 4 posts a day, but 4 posts in the SEO world is the golden number. Right?
Instagram or?
Instagram, Facebook, not LinkedIn. LinkedIn you only need to do once a day, right? LinkedIn is only once. Facebook 2 to 3 times, but Instagram is 4. And YouTube is 5. 5 shorts.
5.
Shorts. YouTube shorts.
And I would think that most people, they feel like pushback question they would have is like, oh, I don't want to overwhelm my audience. Is that possible, or is that?
Not if you use the strategy that I use, right? Because say we have a bike shop, right? And we're constantly posting on new bikes that come in. This street bike, this off-road bike, that's where it becomes saturated. But if you did tires, chains, coffee shops, night rides, that's 4 times a day, but you're hitting 4 different audiences in the same day. That's what Content SEO is trying to argue, that brings in more people because you're reaching 4 different audiences.
There's just a lot of, I get it.
Right, and it's not like it's not defeating an algorithm, right? This isn't a cheat code. This is what SEOs write case studies about. We present this stuff amongst our own peers because the data supports this. This is proof, right? Because if we're doing the same thing over and over again, if we're posting the same stuff over again, we're not getting in front of the people that might want us. And that's the question. Might they want us? So you have to propose different posts for different type of things, right? Now it's difficult in my industry because who really cares? It's SEO. But for the businesses that do services or sell products, absolutely. If not 4 is the minimum, you should be doing way more than 4. But it has to be with intention. If you're just doing it to fulfill Eric's quota of doing 5 a day, and you look at it and it's the same verbiage, but it's not different, then it's like, well, yeah, you're going to say 4 is too much. But if you do 4 for different types of audiences, now you're way ahead of your competition, because the competition won't do that. They haven't heard that yet. They haven't heard this idea yet, right? Now, here's the next thing that's going to blow your mind. Should you focus on Instagram or Pinterest? Double down on Pinterest. If your business sells to women, married women, women in families, women that are in a home, Pinterest is an untapped resource, especially for home services, plumbers, landscapers, mowers, things that have to do with working around a house, cleanup, junk removal. It used to be that Pinterest was more focused on interior design, wedding photos, and health and beauty. Not anymore. Not anymore. My plumber and my junk removal client doubled their money in 3 months just by doing Pinterest. Why? Women make the decisions in a home. They're the ones that are going to want to see that post and say, oh crap, we have that garage full of crap. Let me call this guy. And the thing is, Pinterest, what's the life of a Pinterest of a Instagram post? What, 10 seconds? You post it and it goes away? Pinterest is a search engine. Pinterest Your posts never go away. It's part of a wall, right? So it's always there. Instagram, it goes away.
The stories go away.
Stories and the pins, right?
But the feed stays. Like the photos on Instagram, like
Right. So your stories stay there until you add or take away stuff. But that's because Pinterest, you are a profile on a web page. Pinterest, you are a part of a profile on a search engine. Very different things, right? Go ahead.
Are you doing organic or paid on Pinterest?
Pinterest paid is $1 a day. $1 a day for Las Vegas. Oh, it's dirt cheap. That's because no one's using it. How much is Instagram to pay? You mean Instagram ads are not that, but Pinterest starts at $1 a day. So again, you're posting an ad on a search engine, right? And it stays there forever. So the analogy that the SEOs use about Pinterest and Instagram is a party. Pinterest is a library. People come to Pinterest for a specific reason. Now, you're not going to get the amount of traffic, but you will grow a brand on Pinterest. Come on. I mean, it's another thing that we keep on knocking the door on as far as content, because people are not paying attention to Pinterest anymore. But I do, and all the other SEOs, we study this stuff like it's crazy, because you could write, and here's the thing too, it's actually more efficient when it comes to your posting. On Pinterest, you only have to post all your stuff on Thursday night, because their audience skyrockets Friday morning to Sunday afternoon, right? Because our core demographic's women, they're going to be looking at it while they're sitting on the couch or doing something at night, and that wall is generative. It's always there, right? So you make your posts, 3 or 4 posts, and you don't have to do as many posts for Pinterest as you would for Instagram, right? You could do 4 or 5, but you send it all Thursday night. Flood the system, right? Whereas Instagram, you'd have to do 4 or 5 a day. You'd have to have a schedule. And again, this is the logic of it, right? What is it that you want people on Instagram to know about your brand? But if you want to start building a brand by not doing a whole lot, I would double down on Pinterest and I would buy the ads. That's what I would do. $1 a day. I know, and that's the thing. No one's talking about this. That's why you're all in a privileged position to know this, because people have written off Pinterest for the last 6 years. And it's still around because SEOs like myself are always hitting the table on this. Like, you've got to be kidding me. The other program is Reddit. People have been sleeping on Reddit for years. Don't sell on Reddit, but create your EEAT on Reddit. Create a personal account, go into anything that's related to your business and make comments. Write thorough comments about it. After 6 months, and you've acquired enough karma, create your own subreddit and invite the people into your subreddit. In your own subreddit, now you can sell because you've created the rules. It's your subreddit. Now you can sell to those customers that you commented on. Right?
What's ENT stand for again?
What's that?
What's EN?
EEAT.
Yeah, what's it?
Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust. Right? As far as content is concerned, this is stuff that, other than AI and us trying, in the SEO world, trying to figure out how to defeat AI, and we're almost there. Like, AI is really just an accelerated algorithm of searching, right? It just gives good answers, right? But Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook groups, TikToks are good, but those are like really high level awareness. That's just to get people to see and get views, but it doesn't really convert unless you really, really strategize things. And then there's blogs. So every one of my presentations, I like to give a graph that's very, very recent in time, within a few weeks. This is from Neil Patel, who is probably the godfather of SEO right now. He's been in the industry for decades. He loves to post this stuff to actually bring awareness into the reality of digital marketing. So, this is a graph for organic traffic over time by content type. Photos, videos, and blogs, right? So let's look at the very bottom here. Images. It's posting to your Instagram with an image of the cat in the Bellagio fountain, right? You got a post done, so you did something for posting, right? We can see that over time it doesn't really do a whole lot. It's stagnant, it's there, right? Next one is videos. We can see that there's a spike at the very, very beginning when you do a video because it starts to get impressions and awareness. Month 2, it goes up. Then it goes down because it's old news, and it stays fairly stagnant, right? Why is that? Well, us being a visual species, once we see something and we're entertained by it, we may like, comment, whatever, but then we forget about it. We move on. This is blogging. This is an example of evergreen blog content. Core industry blogs about why you do the business that you do, your passion about the business, what you're doing that's different than your competition, how your business is related to Las Vegas, anything that you can write about. This is an example of it growing over time, because it does. If it grows, it ranks. If it ranks, people see it. So this becomes compounded interest over time from one blog post. You do this for 5, you do this for explaining how your business is different, why you're passionate about your business, how you sell this, comparisons, contrasting, anything that you can write within 1,000 words with references. Look at that. 1 year from when you started, traffic of 10, you're looking at almost a 200% increase. Now, that doesn't mean you just write one blog and you're done. You have to go back and you have to keep on rewording it, revising it, right? This blogging content, most people won't do. They want to stay here. They want images. They maybe even do videos. But they're missing out on people reading something specific about their business and making the decision off that blog post to find out more and contacting you, or coming back to your website to fill out a content form, or calling you. That's the difference. Question?
Are you saying to update a previous blog?
Yep. So if you have 5 blogs, right, and say they've been out on the internet for a while, there will be enough data, whether your web hosting platform or an SEO that goes through and finds how many views have these blogs done. But the system is, the thing to do is whatever your oldest one is, what has changed from when you first typed it out to now, and then put that in there. Reword it, right? It may take a day, it may take a couple days, but please don't use AI to do it. It won't rank, right? Because Google's figured out pretty quickly how AI content is written, the type of language that it is, right? So we know that we can't do that anymore. But go over your oldest stuff and then kind of rewrite it again and then post it out there, right? Or go over your last blog post, whatever one's got the most views, and rewrite that one, right? Because it already had the views, you already have it sitting somewhere. By revising it, you may have just pushed yourself into the next level.
And do you not put the creation date on there? So
doesn't matter. People overlook that. And the thing too is if you can have an updated part. So you get to play with it, right? You could say created in 2023, updated for 2025. Now the algorithm, or at least the indexing, is going to say, oh, we have new information. You see? you get to play with blog posts a little bit, you know what I mean? And you get to mess around with updating, letting people know that things have changed. Tell them why things have changed. What's changed in your business? What's changed in the services? What's changed in the product, right? Those are all blog posts. And they all fill search intent when it comes to commercial, not transactional, right? They're not ready to buy because you wrote a blog on, what's changed in the business, but commercial, it does, because you are selling your business. So.
How big of a deal is it to change your website name? Say, for instance, your old one got a lot of direct traffic, and the other one has Las Vegas in it.
Oh, like dot Vegas, like a.
No.
Okay.
Las Vegas real estate brokerages, for instance.
You can put them both together, right? So you can have a domain which is called a referring domain, and you can have it part of what's called a 301 redirect. So if anyone types in that new one, it goes to your old site. I would never ever suggest someone just getting rid of a domain because they don't like it. Always keep it, right? Because domains are the category of your strength. It's what Google ranks, right? They rank the domain. Everything part of the domain is the title, the meta, and everything else. Don't change it. Don't get rid of it. Don't change it at all. The only thing I would suggest not to do is if you're building a website, try to always get a .com domain. Don't ever get a .vegas domain. .vegas domain is not even registered as a indexable domain according to Google. It's not there. They won't recognize it, so it won't rank. So if you know that the domain that you have is not going to rank, then what do you think is going to happen to your website? It won't rank. It just won't rank. The whole point of it being stopped against a brick wall is because you chose .vegas as your domain, right? .com, .org, .ai, not a problem. Anything else, don't even think about it, right? Because you're setting yourself up. You're wasting and it's cheap, don't get me wrong. .vegas domains are super cheap, but so are all the other crappy domains that they come out with, and the ones that they try to sell you on your email when they're like, oh, we got this .vegas for $25 if you buy it from us. No, just delete it, right? You don't need that, right? Any other questions? Yes?
Regarding blogs, for internal links, what do you link to within your website? What type of thing?
Your homepage and other links and other blog posts. Other blog posts, right? Because, and here's the thing. Here's the thing about content SEO, at least the philosophy of it, right? Content SEO establishes two things. When you start your business, what is your perception of how your business is? The perception, what you think your business is to you. But you evolve into the perspective of your client, of your customer, right? Because we're customers too. Write your website as if you were a customer. Look at that content as if you were a customer. Look at that blog post as if you were a customer. Not you, but as a customer, because that changes the focus of what it is that you're trying to say. You're not writing it for your perspective, you're writing it for the perspective of your customer. And if they need to hear things about what your business does in the context of that topic, then put it in the blog, right? You even need to look at this scrutiny as to your competition's Instagram. Are they writing content for their perspective or the perception of their customers? And you would be surprised how little a business's Instagram cares about their customer, or at least writing in the perspective of their customer. They're writing in the perspective of themselves because they're this awesome business owner. That's why they're coming off planes. That's why they're walking out of a limousine. That's why they got the red carpet and they're on a phone, because they're so cool, because they're so successful. Do you think a customer is going to care about that? Would you care about that when it comes to buying something from a service if their Instagram is them coming off a plane? No. You want them with their sleeves rolled up and getting into the dirt and working hard for you, right? Exactly. So, perception and your customer's perspective. Yes?
You said earlier the blogs have to be 1,000 words, is that correct?
Minimum 1,000. More is better.
Oh, right, then,
Yes and no, all right? It won't rank for one of the elements of SEO, which is called word count, right? 1,000 words help suffice in most blog posting the word count quotient needed to be ranked. However, if you can say what you need to say in less than 1,000 words with search intent, and your internals linking back to your homepage and your socials and your phone number and all that stuff in the outro at the very bottom, you can get away with less than 1,000 words for your blog. But as an SEO, I would never suggest anything less than 1,000.
And that's a blog on your website. If your website is a blog section, that's what
Yep. I know, it's really weird because it used to be 1,500 as a minimum, but because AI has saturated, now it's like, okay, we know that at 1,500, AI could be susceptible to that because the person can write me 1,500 words on this and that and that. And 1,500 words is not that, it's like, what, 7 pages? It's not that much, but the thing about content and the blogging is it got to be written like a research paper, right? What's the title? Tell them what you're going to tell them. Tell it to them. Tell them what you told, right? I know.
Well, I know a lot of companies that have blogs that are like 500 words.
If search intent is fulfilled, right? There you go. So if you're not focusing on search intent and you have less than 1,000 words, what do you think is going to happen to that blog post? It's not. Yes. Double the words. Right? This is where AI can help when it comes to blogging. AI can help with the topic, the headings, right? Say we're doing a bike shop. Best tires, best chains, best bikes for certain terrain. That's what it could produce for you, and then you write it yourself underneath that paragraph, right? Underneath that heading. That's all that AI is good for. If you just say, write me 1,000 words, we all know what's going to happen. It's just, it's inefficient. You're not growing. You're not expressing your written word the way that it should be, right? Now, how long should a blog post take to create? Before AI, I could do a blog in about 3 days for my clients. I can do the ideation, I can do the questionnaire that I have to, because I don't write them for them. I give them the questions, I give them the statements and the topics, and they write for me, and then I just put it into the blog. It cut it down to maybe a day and a half, maybe even a couple hours for certain clients, right? But don't start a blog post because you saw this. Start a blog post to promote the commercialization of your business, to get in front of people that are interested in what you do and why you do it. Your 5 W's. Why does the business exist? Who are you? Why should they care? That's what blogging is for, right? Now, after you do the blog, what this graph doesn't show you that you can combine lines. Once you created a blog, you make a video about it. You do a short. Hey, I just wrote a blog post on so-and-so. Be sure to visit my website today. Now you have 2. Now that line becomes conjoined, right? Not only that, you do it for YouTube Shorts. You do it for TikTok. After a while, once you do enough blog posts, you'll see which ones actually get more impressions and which ones people have clicked off to go to their website. Now you have a reference point, and you can make blogs that go more specific into what people are already looking for.
I mean, this is a stupid question. What is a blog? I should probably pay somebody to do it instead of random limousines to walk out.
Yeah, so a blog is on your website. It is a post on your website. It's a specific document for whatever you want this blog post to be, right? But it becomes your domain / the title of the blog.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's important, because it's about domain strength. That's why blogging is so important.
You just make a page in the back end.
It's basically a page, right? Because when you click on the URL, it goes directly to the blog post. That's why blogging is important. It adds to site structure, right? Video doesn't do that. Video sits in YouTube. Video sits on TikTok. You can reference and create interest to your website, but the blog already is on your website. It's just a part of that URL extension, right?
So if they go to see your video about that limousine and then go to your website, link that's on your Instagram, and that's SEO?
That's called a reference, yep. So reference. And that's a linkable, SEO studies that all the time. That's called a referral from Instagram. It's loaded into the server codes when I do an audit. I can see how many times people have come from Instagram to your website based on this.
Recommend putting an image with the
Yes.
text or video? Or
Yes. No video, but an image, right? You could have AI make an image for you. I'm kind of guilty of that. I'm like, just make me an image for this. As long as you put the alt text, like from the technical part, what this image is about. Therefore, when Google comes and indexes it, they'll put that in that category. You know what I mean? You do want a photo, something, because if it's just text.
how long will be a typical alt? Put a lot of information?
No, I would generally put it under 30 characters, right? But describe the photo, or, it's kind of cheating, but I always suggest this, put the name of your business as the alt tag with Las Vegas in it. Because now you get ranked for the business name, for the image, also the local lookup for images. So you're hitting 2 different types of indexing, from the business name to the alt tag for the image. But for every single blog. More photos, okay, that's good. At least have one. The more important thing is at the very bottom, have links to all your other things. Link back to the homepage, but your LinkedIn, your Instagram, whatever social platform you want, make an intro with those links and those profiles in it, right? That way you get more internal linking from that one blog post. And if you haven't done it for blog posts in the very beginning, you can always create an intro and just paste it later in. Right? And you come back to it later to rewrite, but at least you would have outboard links right off the bat, and it can be done in a matter of minutes. So,
Would that be considered leading traffic though, if you've got them on your website and then on social media where they end up watching cat videos and things like that? Or would you rather have the people coming from your website?
in an ideal world, you're absolutely correct, but you can't control what they do after they finish the last word of your blog, but you have the options for them, right? They could just be, okay, that was great, that was a good read. Oh, he's got a profile to LinkedIn. Click it. Oh, there's a business cat suit. And, you can't control that because they're out of your website now, right? But you're giving them the option. Now, here's the other advanced thing. You'll get credit for that because they clicked on the hyperlink to go to LinkedIn. You get credit as a referral out.
Credit to Google.
Credit to Google, which is and what I mean by credit is whenever we do a traffic audit, I'm going to want to see who came in, what they did, and then why they left. And if they went to your LinkedIn, what is it about your LinkedIn profile that needs to be updated? See, now we're talking why they did one thing to the other. Do we need to improve your LinkedIn profile?
Whereas if they went somewhere else, you're not going to get any credit.
Yep. It's a spider web. It's really SEO, that's why SEO in marketing has kind of pulled itself away, because SEO is so hyper analytical that at a certain point when you walk out of the cave, you see that all this stuff is a spider web, but people only want to focus on one thing. And the thing is if you opened the eyes a little bit and you took one thing and you just multiplied it into different areas, you would see profound changes, because you're opening your net, not hoping the net to be open for you. You see, so, all right, that's the end of my presentation. This is my information, my website, that is my Instagram, this is my YouTube channel. I'd be sure to, I cut this presentation up and I make shorts and do some long form stuff with this content. I very much appreciate you guys sticking out for the very end, hopefully the best. Any questions before I close it up? All right, thank you very, very much. Thank you.